Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Welcome again to our channel, Sir Lopez Vlog. Sa araw na ito ay magkakaroon tayo ng self-evaluation dito sa subject na Criminal Law Book 1, particularly in our topic, Justifying Circumstances. Meron tayong 25 katanungan at ang key to correction nito ay nakalagay sa ating description box. Okay, kung nakanda na kayo, umpisa na natin sa question number 1. The injury inflicted by the accused is justified being in response to prevent invasion of his property even in the absence of unlawful aggression. A. Defense of right over his property. B. Lawful exercise of right. C. Performance of duty. Or D. State of necessity. Question number 2. The prisoner who attacked the policeman with a stroke of his lance was already running away when he was shot. The policeman is justified by reason of A. Self-defense, B. Lawful exercise of right, C. Performance of duty, or D. State of necessity. Question number 3. Shooting an offender who refused to surrender is justified. A. Self-defense. B. Lawful exercise of right. C. Performance of duty. Or D. State of necessity. Question number 4. There is civil liability, but the liability is borne by the persons benefited. A. Self-defense. B. Lawful exercise of right. C. Performance of duty. Or D. State of necessity. Question number 5. The killing of the fetus to save the life of the mother may be held excusable by reason of A. Self-defense. B. Lawful exercise of right. C. Performance of duty. Or D. State of necessity. Question number 6. A heard screams and cries for help. When A responded, he saw B attacking his wife with a dagger. A approached B and struggled for the possession of the weapon, in the course of which A inflicted wounds on B. Hence, A is acted with A. Self-defense, B. Defense of relatives, C. Performance of duty, or D. Defense of stranger. Number 7. Requisites common to self-defense, defense of relatives, and defense of stranger. A. Unlawful aggression. B. Reasonable necessity of the means employed to prevent or repel it. C. Lack of sufficient provocation on the part of the accused. or D, both A and B? Question number 8. Mr. A drew his bolo and hacked the deceased when the latter was forcibly abusing his wife. A. Self-defense. B. Defense of relatives. C. Defense of stranger. Or D. State of necessity. Next, question number 9. A security guard accosted a thief who had stolen ore in the tunnel. The security guard fired 4 shots into the air to scare and stop, but the thief tried to flee. The security guard fired a shot and the thief died. A. Justified being in the performance of duty. B. Liable by reason of exceeding his duty. C. Both of them. Or D. None of them. Question number 10. Suppose the person defending his relative was also induced by revenge or hatred. Would there be legitimate defense of relatives? A. Yes. B. No. C. Maybe. Or D. Cannot be judged. Number 11. Parents-in-law are relative by A. Affinity. B. Consanguinity. C. Not a relative. Or D. Enemy. Number 12. The justification is founded not only upon a humanitarian sentiment but also upon the impulse of blood. A. Self-defense. B. Defense of relative. C. Defense of stranger. Or D. State of necessity. Okay, question number 13. In the cycle of violence under the battered woman syndrome, it is characterized by brutality, destructiveness, and sometimes death. A. Tension building phase. B. Acute battering incident. C. Tranquil loving phase. Or D. All of them. Number 14. Which of the following is not a justifying circumstance? A. Battered woman syndrome. B. Self-defense. C. Uncontrollable fear. Or D. Performance of duty. Question number 15. Who coined the word battered woman syndrome? A. Lenore Walter. B. Ambo Ligan. C. Andres Rizal. Or D. Lenore Walker. Next, number 16. To satisfy the requirement of battered woman syndrome, how many battering cycle of violence is required? A. At least 1. B. At least 2. C. At least 4. Or D. At least 6. 17. Which of the following will depend the reasonableness of the means employed to justify the act? A. Physical condition. B. Character. C. Size. Or D. All of them. Question number 18. The Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children Act of 2004. A. RA 9264. B. RA 2962. C. RA 9262. Or D. RA 6292. Next, question number 19. Battered woman syndrome is admissible to help establish claims of A. State of necessity. B. Defense of stranger. C. Performance of duty. Or D. Self-defense. Number 20. Which of the following is a third degree relatives by consanguinity? A. Uncle. B. Nephew. C. Great-grandfather. Or D. All of them. Next, question number 21. An escaped convict who has steel clothes in order to move about unrecognized. A. Justified being in defense of his person. B. Justified by reason of the principle of state of necessity. C. Liable. The state of necessity cannot be applied. Or D. None of them. Next, question number 21. In order to be justified in carrying out the order, the subordinate must A. Execute only the lawful order. B. Confirm the authority of the superior officer. C. Do not follow the order. Or D. Tell the superior to execute his own order. Next, question number 23. Under the Civil Code, the owner or lawful possessor of a thing has the right to exclude any person from the enjoyment and disposal thereof. A. Self-defense. B. Doctrine of self-help. C. Lawful exercise of office. Or D. None of the above. Okay, so question number 24. What is the first requisite of self-defense? A. Unlawful provocation. B. Doctrine of self-help. C. Lawful aggression. Or D. Unlawful aggression. Okay, question number 25, the last question. A minor who committed the crime is A. Justified in the commission of a crime. B. Exempted from criminal liability. C. Liable under the law. Or D. Cannot be used as self-defense. So, natapos na natin ang ating self-evaluation dito sa topic na justifying circumstances. So, oras na po para tignan kung ilan ang inyong nakuha out of 25. Ang K to correction nito, inuulit natin, ay nandito lamang sa ating description box. Kung ang inyong nakuha ay higit pa sa 20, congratulations, sapat ang iyong kaalaman para sa topic na ito. At ipagpatuloy ito sa mga susunod pang mga topics na ating tatalakayin. Okay, so hanggang sa muli again, maraming salamat at magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Bye-bye.